Hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video. We have a window reg. Now I know what you're thinking. Yes, this is a 2004 BMW. Yes, it's a German car, and we seem to have a problem with the window reg. That's very unusual in a German car, isn't it? Never come across that before. Yes, obviously, seriously common problems. I don't know what they do. All the German cars, window regs, crap. Anyway, I suppose in some ways it's good for me because it means at least I get work. Good for you because you see the video. So, thank you, Germans. Now, what we need to do is take off the door card. Now, looks like there's a couple of bolts missing. I don't know if it's been off before, but you can see this bolt here is missing. I think this one is in and this one is in. So we'll just take them off. Couple of torques. It's a T27 torque. Well, it's long enough. If we take too many of them out, the bottom of the engine will fall out. Now, this next part, I don't know if this has to come off first. And there's a something in behind here. I'm not actually sure, but we'll see in a second. We need to take off the actual door card. Now, you can just get a screwdriver, pop it out. You can get one of kind of these special tools. The problem is, even with the special tools, you need to know exactly where the clips are. I don't know where the clips are, and to get the door off without breaking the clips, it's just really a lottery. You can do it, or you can break the clips. It really is just kind of pot luck. If you do it kind of slowly, you should be okay. I'm just going to get a bigger screwdriver in the bottom first and just run along and pop the clips. Now, I'm just using my hands now to pop the rest of the clips. This seems to be kind of stuck there quite well. Right, there might be something in behind here. I'm not sure. It seems to be stuck really quite well there. And the answer is yes. This is why you just don't go banging and pulling at everything. Now, it's like everything. If you're used to these, you're doing them every day, you'll know this is the first one I'm doing. So obviously don't know where everything is hidden, but you just take your time and you will be fine. Right. So, we know the window reg is definitely gone. It's just a case of finding exactly where it's bolted to. I can feel the two runners. We've got a bolt here. Should have one maybe under here. No. We're under here. Okay. Right, so we have a bolt under here and a bolt under here. They're the bottom bolts. And there should be one more around here somewhere. Is it behind here? Could be behind the door handle, so we might have to take the door handle off. Yeah, we're going to have to take the door handle off. It looks like 3 Phillips screws. Now, just leave that hanging. As you can see, you might not see on camera, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 4 bolts for the window reg. Now, with some cars, you can actually tape the glass to the door frame. Obviously, we've got a frameless door, so we can't do that. So we're going to have to take the glass out. I personally like taking the glass out. It just means, you know, it can't fall down or get damaged. So what I'm going to have to do is turn the ignition on, push the window switch down. That's as far down as I can get it. Take out these special things. Hopefully the glass will slide down, which it will. We need it to slide down to here anyway, and most probably here, so I can undo the clips. But even that in itself can be awkward because this is the problem now. I can't slide the glass down enough to get the clips out. And I don't know what type of clips we've even got in this to hold the glass. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the new window reg and just give me an idea of what the clips look like, because once I know what they look like, I might be able to do something inside the door. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't give me... Oh, hold on. We might have some sort of bolt here, if we can see that there. So I'm looking for the plate and some sort of bolt. And no, cannot see anything. Right, I just don't know how to undo these clips. I managed to get the window. Right, I've got them 4 bolts off, but I still can't seem to... Right, hold on. The window reg seems to twist. I've just pulled it there, but I don't know exactly what's going on, to be honest. I don't know if there's maybe some sort of special locking mechanism where the 2 straight arms of the window reg twist, which locks the window in. I'm not sure. Once I figure this out, we'll turn the camera back on and we'll go from there. Right, I was having a bit of problems with my mic, so I've changed it, so hopefully the audio isn't all over the place. I think I figured it out. I can feel behind it a screw, so there's no way of taking it off this way. Now, I'm guessing it's the same as the Audis, where you literally have to take half the door frame off. Sounds worse than what it is. It's actually quite simple, and once you're used to it, it's actually not a bad thing. I just wasn't sure that this one was the same. But you've got this big rubber, this huge rubber thing here. We need to remove that first. So we'll just get all the clips out of the way with that. Be careful of these little plastic clips. So we need to remove all them. Just like that. This then should come off, which it does. Two more of these little clips this side. Now, and no, it's not. Right. Another fail. Let's just see if this will fit through. No, there's no way that's going to fit through the gap, but the problem is I can feel the bolt on the back. So I really don't know, unless there's some sort of special clip, which I can... I was about to say I can see a clip, but it's just snapped off. There must be a clip. Right, still none the wiser here. Why are all the fucking German cars so awkward to work on? Why try and reinvent the fucking wheel where normal window regulator systems work so well? Yours are absolutely shit. So why try and make them fucking harder? Oh, I've been at this for a long time and it's pathetic. I've managed to get the runners off. Now, what you have to do is, what I figured out is these little slits here, there's a little bolt. You're not gonna be able to see, I'll only show it when I get it out. And you can unscrew the bolt, but the problem is the main head of the bolt is the far side. It's a big Allen key. and I can't get to that. The only way you can get to that is by taking this off. This now will not slide through here because these two bits of the runners are still on, so that it won't slide through. I can't lift it up, I can't do anything with it. I don't know why they have to design them this way. German window regulator systems are the worst on the market. In every single German car they break, and they break just for fun. Wherein, yes, in other cars they do go wrong, but nowhere near as much as fucking German cars. So I don't understand why they have to make it even harder. Why can't you just stick with the simple regulator system and be done with it? There's no need for all this shit. There's just no need for it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't undo these here because, well, they're that tight, they're breaking my tools. It's a T15 torque and it's broke it. And I've tried other torques on it and I'm just going to break them too. So in theory, when they're new maybe and they're not seized on, yes, they work. But when they're like this and seized, they just don't work. There's no need to fucking do this. Oh, this is just ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's a joke. Why do it? Why fucking do it? A simple job is turned into an absolute nightmare and destroyed the whole day just for a stupid window. I don't know how I'm going to get this out. I don't know how I'm going to do this. My torques just are not going to undo this. Yeah, so I really don't know what I'm going to do. The new window reg system is a slightly different way it works. I think it's a modified version which should be easier, but again, I have to get this out before I can even try and put that in. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Right, once I got this off, I'll turn the camera back on. Finally done it. Now, this is without doubt the worst system I have ever come across. Maybe I am unlucky with this one as the bolts are seized. Fair enough, if the bolts wasn't seized, yes, it would have come out a lot easier. But they should never put you in this position where if bolt seize, you're in trouble. Normally, on window regs, you don't have this problem. You really don't have this problem. Anyway, it is finally out. As you can see, these are the Allen keys I was talking about. Now, the new window reg seems to have a slightly different way of putting it on. I don't know if I don't know what I have to use. I'm not sure yet. So we'll have to kind of see. But the next thing is I need to get these Allen keys off. Now, even this could be a nightmare and scary. So it's a 5mm Allen key, and let's see. Oh, I mean, that was tight. Right, there's the screw, and there was just no way I could do that. In the middle of the screw, the bit you can see, that's where the T15mm torque goes. That's what you're supposed to be able to put in the likes of this hole here, screw it out. You'll actually be screwing it the opposite way, and that will loosen this and let the window slide out. Now, yes, that should work fine, but why not design it in such a way where the bolt just goes this way? Because then you wouldn't have that. You could put the big Allen key this way, screw the bolt out, and that's it. Why not do it that way? That's so much simpler. So much fucking simpler, isn't it? Jesus. I don't know. Ooh. No. This one is completely seized. This is the one that snapped everything. I only tried this one and it snapped everything, so I left it. Now this one, I do not like this one at all. Oh, no, that's not going to move. Now we have more problems. Even when the wind is out, there's problems. This is just ridiculous. Don't buy one of these. Just stay away from them. Because I guarantee you have one of these, your window reg will go. And it'll go more than once. Right, I'm just going to have to try and put some WD on this, leave it sitting, and come back to it and hope for the best. Because I really don't know what else to do. It's just a joke. Absolute fucking joke. And not only that, BMW, you destroyed the new Mini. The old Mini was lovely. It was great. The new one is shit. Right. While that is soaking, I'm going to try and stick this in. It is slightly different to the original one, but it still uses the same kind of mechanism. There's a big rubber kind of pad here where the glass sits. And yes, you do have to put this on and then put the glass on afterwards. But like I said, once I get that bolt out, yes, they're going to be easy because they're going to be on C's. But once they're C's, this is the problem. If I put these back in here and this goes another 3 or 4 years and then bolt C's again, well, that's the problem. That is the problem. Anyway, let's get this in and see what happens. But I still don't like this system. Right, I can start screwing some of these bolts in, which are even awkward in itself. Everything about this is just awkward. See, you can't even fucking put a bolt in. God! I'd love to meet the guy who designed this and slap him. Just slap him. He doesn't deserve a punch, he deserves a fucking slap. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these 4 bolts in, 2 here, 2 at the bottom, get the electric window motor bolts in, then I'll turn the camera back on. Okay, I've managed to get them off. Now, it does seem to be a bit easier getting the holes into these plates because it's a lot more room. In this one, you only had this little gap, this little gash here, where we've just got a huge opening, so it should be a lot easier to tighten them. But the problem is you still have to be careful you don't over tighten them and you actually tighten them, because if you don't tighten them, you're going to have problems. If you over tighten, you're going to have problems. So however we look at it, we're going to have problems. But I should now be able to stick this in. Place. Now, that's more or less in kind of place, but I've now got to try and get my hand in at the back to actually screw these on. Now, I'm sure they've left this big thing here to make it easier for you, but still, however you look at it, it's not going to be easy. And that's why. Glass is just falling down. Now I've managed to get one in. This is just a disaster. It really is. It's such a bad design. It's not even funny. There's no way I'm going to be able to show this on camera, but in there is a T15. I think that's what I said. I can't remember now. That's what you have to tighten. I have to get this from the inside, twist it around and tighten it through this hole here, and on this one through the speaker hole. Once I've done that, I'll turn the camera back on. The other important thing you have to do is make sure it's in line. You can actually twist these. These can twist quite a lot, and they need to be flat so the glass fits against them flat, because when you screw it, if this is at an angle and the glass is flat, you're going to smash it. And not only that, you can cause a problem with it going up and down. So you need to make sure you get the runners flat first. So what I suggest you do is don't fully tighten the 4 bolts for the runners. Get the glass in first, get these in, tighten these first, and then tighten the 4 bolts for the runners. I'm going to do that now. There's no point me showing you it because you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing, but it'll make a lot more sense when you're doing it yourself. Right, I can't get the other one in until I lift up the glass a bit more. But I can't lift up the glass until I wire in the motor, because we've got a motor and everything with this, and it's a spurious one. We've got a new connection with it. So I'm going to cut the old connection off, but leave plenty of wire just in case you need that. Now we've got a blue and black wire, and on the car we've got a blue and black wire. So what we're going to do is we're just going to match the colours. Now it won't really matter as such. It does on some cars, but all it means is you could have the switch wired up wrong. So if you put these in the wrong place, when you press down on the switch, the window will go up and vice versa. But all we're going to do is just going to quickly wire this up. We can always change this later. So just for the minute, all I want to do is get the motor up a bit more so I can just secure it in place. I haven't tightened these 4 bolts like I said. I just got ordinary spade connections. These are the female ones. We got the male ones that came with the motor, and these are actually got a coating around, so we can just use ordinary ones. Hopefully I'm not getting in the way of the camera too much. Just going to squeeze these down. And now I'm going to, you're supposed to use proper connection squeezers, I can assure you. Doing it this way is just as good. Now, so we're just going to wire it black to black and blue to blue, just for the time being. If it goes the wrong way, I can always change it later. Not a big deal. Now, hopefully now, well, this is going to have to be careful because we're not on properly, but hopefully this should go up. Now, and hopefully now I can get the second one in, which I can. I'm going to have to find my way exactly which way it goes because I can't see the hole. But I think that's in. This is just so awkward on every level. So I now can't tell exactly where the hole is. This is ridiculous. Nope. Hold on. Right, I got it. I'm going to tighten it by hand as much as I can. You've got a lot of leverage on it for your hand tight, which is kind of handy. And at least this way, what this is going to do is, because I haven't tightened the actual runners, if I'm off a little bit, it's going to pull the runners into place for me rather than the runners being held too sturdy, the glass being off and it comes together and it smashes. So that feels good to me. So what I'm going to do now is just test it. We have the switch wired up the wrong way, but that's not a big deal at the minute. I just want to make sure it goes down. And it goes up. which is good. Right, there we go. Just going to do this now before I forget. Put these the right way. I knew it wasn't going to make a difference. It wasn't going to damage the car. I just wanted to get it up first. Now, so when I do this the proper way, now it should go down. Yep. That now should go up. Right. We are more or less there. What I've got to do now is bring it down. I'm just going to tighten up these with torque. I'm just going to give them a little bit of a nip because I don't want to go too tight, and then I'm going to tighten these 4 bolts, and that really is it. No point me showing on that on camera because it's just a couple of bolts. Then we'll get putting the door card back, and this stupid window will be over and done with. I just can't wait for this video to be over. Absolute nightmare. Right, all I've done is I've put the speaker in, I've put the plastic back, or the rubber back around the top of the door. You didn't need to take that off in the end, as it turned out, but anyway, a good thing to do is check once you put anything on. Just give it a check to make sure the window go up. You'll watch the window go up and come back down. Now that's important because it's a frameless door. The window has to come down a bit, and as it closes it lifts up. If you didn't see that window come down and you tried to shut the door, there's a good chance you're going to smash your glass or damage your car. So it's important you see that door or that window go down. Watch it again. As it comes to the top, it goes down. Now, it's important to see that because otherwise you're going to run into big problems. Right. All that's left now is to put the door card back on and then to never do one of these fucking things again. So if this video's taught us all something, is if you have this problem, just burn your car or bring back the old Minis. They were nice. Right, make sure the lock is through. Line everything up, which can be quite hard sometimes. Just now, just a case now of putting everything back. Right, now I've got that in place, I just want to check the door again, or the window. Next thing we're going to have to do is clean the window because obviously it is very bad. Sorted. Sorted. Now, got these long screws to go back. There's only 2 of them, one was missing. But again, it's not the end of the world. So put that one back, and this one. Tighten them too. Don't forget this little cover here. Looks a lot nicer than a dirty screw. Alright, I've just got to tighten them 2 bolts. That's it. Actually, that's a good thing to check, just to make sure door handle works on both sides, which it does. Next thing I want to check is when the door closes if the window goes up, which it does do. And does it open? Yeah. Now we know we're okay. Now I can tighten everything. So look, that's it. All I can say is don't bother doing one. Fucking nightmare. I suppose if them 2 bolts, well, if one of the bolts wasn't seized yet, it would be a lot easier, but I obviously could just had a bad one. But anyway, look, hope it helps. Thumbs up and subscribe, and most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. We'll see you for the next one.